Thank you.
We knew a man of class is coming, so we didn't want to. Normally, we normally have just cushions.
Yes.
But today we had to beg from KTN News for this chair, just specifically for you.
Thank you.
That is our DJ.
Yes.
Hi,
Yeah, very beautiful lady.
Very pretty.
Yeah, and pretty well learned. These days we've said we're not marrying people who have not studied.
Yes.
So they were put standards as men.
Good.
But even you put standards, eh?
Yes. Why not?
Hey,
Why
look
not?
at the way you're dressed.
Why?
Let me ask Mheshimiwa,
Yes.
if you can do a rough estimation, how much are you dressing tonight?
Don't worry.
When somebody says don't worry, be very worried.
Be very worried, yeah.
Let me tell you, who inspires you to dress? Because you clearly have class, sir.
I've always dressed.
The shoes, wow.
Look at the shoes.
Hey.
You know, the last time I saw these shoes was in Los Angeles.
Have you seen them
Yes,
before?
that's where they came from.
You see, we shop the same place.
But you guys are so shiny like the policeman.
So this one is
You are policeman.
this one is a mirror. I cannot actually look at myself in the shoes as well. I mean, life has been good.
Yes.
Comedy is paying. We are trying our best.
Thank you.
Mheshimiwa, first things first, before we get into who you are as a person,
Yeah.
let's handle a little bit of politics first. BBI.
Yes.
Can you explain to me as a foreigner and to the locals that are watching, what is the BBI initiative? What is actually the content inside the BBI?
Yeah, well, we inaugurated a new constitution in 2010. Most of us, including myself, I didn't support the current constitution because I felt there were some things that were
They were not correct.
correct. And all of us agreed there was 20% that had problems that must be corrected. So these are the things that we are trying to correct through BBI. And through BBI, what has come out is a report. A report that all of us must again look at it, ventilate, agree whatever that is contained there, what do we add on, what do we reduce. Like me, I have several issues that I'm going to deal with. Like when they say that if you want to be a governor, then you must look, if you are a man, you must look for a woman to be your running mate. And if you are a woman, you must look for a man. But remember, in the constitution, the current constitution, which was inaugurated 2010, it's only when you want to marry that you look for opposite sex. Now, do I want to marry that you are forcing me? I just want to be a governor, and this is an elective position. No.
Yeah.
True. But you know, even last month in November, I was in Germany, and the government, this same government, sent 5 of us to Germany to see how do they deal with the issue of the gender representatives in their parliament.
Mainly the benchmark.
Yes, benchmark.
So
so when we went there, those Wazungos told us, what do you mean? You cannot legislate the gender issues because it is a democratic state. Let people vote for whoever they want to vote.
If they want man,
if they want a man, a man.
If you want woman,
if you want a woman, a woman.
It's okay.
If they don't want women, they don't want. Don't vote them. If they don't want men, forget about it. They told us they have had Merkel for very many years because people love her. Yeah. And there are also other women, few, in their parliaments. Just the same way we believe in, the same way Wazungus believe in, and that is what is in America. But you see, some of these people want to load us on these things. You know, if you know, we are different from them.
Exactly. If
you want to marry men and women, we have no problem. But don't force us in an elective office, in a democratic society. Don't force us that we must vote for a woman. Which constituency will you go and impress on those people that you are not going to vote for a man, you must vote for a woman so that you balance? It can't work. In fact, even the BBI, they didn't add anything on women issues because Kenyans did not want those positions. They said, we don't need these things. Wherever the BBI committee went, they were told, remove these women reps. What do they do?
And you personally do as Mheshimiwa?
I don't believe in those things. I don't believe. But
so women rep positions should be scrapped?
Should be scrapped. Anybody who loves women, who wants women wherever they are, get 2 or 3.
You're making
After
yourself so
all,
bad.
let me tell you.
Mweshimiwa, I feel like you're biased.
No,
But
I
Mweshimiwa,
love women.
Mweshimiwa loves
I
women.
love women. I
Say
have
it on
two.
TV.
This
You
man
have two.
have two.
Hello, my God, Father Jehovah El Shaddai. Is this why you introduced a bill that even
Let me tell you,
eh,
anybody in leadership must come from polygamous family. If you are not coming from polygamous family and you go to leadership, you will be a very short-lived in that place. You will not stay long.
Wow.
what is the
Wisdom is given by God to people from polygamous family. Let me ask you, do you know how many wives did Moses have?
Well, I was not there at that
The
time.
man who was given the 10 commandments,
Eh,
thou shalt not do, thou
Thou
shalt
shalt
not do, thou shalt not do. And he's the only one who saw God.
uh-huh.
He had 3 wives.
3 wives.
2 were sisters. You will scream.
You have clearly read your Bible.
Yes, 2 were
Which
sisters.
verse is that?
Don't worry about the verses. I'm not a priest and or a pastor. But we read the Bible. I read it in school. That's what I did. And I passed it. And one was a maid. You know how many wives Abraham had?
Yes.
You know how many wives Solomon had?
Eh,
You know how many wives David
so are you
had?
trying to say that so far with your two,
Don't-
you're doing badly?
Let me tell you,
Eh,
those were the friends of God. Tell me one friend of God who had 1 wife.
let me tell you, how did you introduce the 2 of them? Do you just sit
Women.
and tell them, listen, women, you should be friends?
Don't worry how I introduced them. First of all, my mother was a 4th wife. Just like Uhuru Kenyatta.
Mhm.
Just like Uhuru Kenyatta's mother was a 4th
Fourth
wife.
wife.
And don't imagine, Ruto's mother is a 1st wife. All leaders come from polygamous families. Serious leaders.
So you advocate for polygamy?
Not that I advocate. There's nothing to be advocated for because it's enshrined in the 2010 Constitution. Polygamy is allowed. The act was made by Parliament.
If they were to,
The only problem I have
eh,
with the SRC
mm,
is to deny our 2nd wives or 3rd wives or whatever
chance to also
to
be
be
included in
benefit,
privilege.
to get those privileges. The same constitution says you should not you should not discriminate against somebody because of his or her marital status. What does that mean? If my status is that I'm a polygamous, then don't discriminate against me.
Uh-huh.
Don't discriminate against my children.
Let me ask, Mheshimiwa, just in case, and God forbid it's not my prayer, if your 2nd or 1st wife decides they are leaving, will you replace the SIM card?
Which SIM
Will
card?
you replace with another one?
Of course, yes. Even when you are in a monogamous marriage
Eh.
and you divorce,
Eh,
definitely you will marry.
yeah, like
When
me
you
on
are
the second
marrying-
one, strong.
When you are marrying, you
Eh.
will replace the card. What's wrong with that? Even when you have your own child and dies, and you have another one, you will definitely give that kid a card. What's the difference?
Mheshimiwa, how many children have you been blessed with? You seem to be a
I
very
have
good
children,
dad.
Yes, I have children.
You-
God has given me few. But you know, we in Luyaland, we don't say the number of children. But if I mention to you who are my children and where they are,
Let me wait.
then you will be able to
Mheshimiwa, relax.
know the number.
Listen when somebody says, I have many, a few, then they do it like this. I have few.
We are not allowed to give the number. But I can tell you, my firstborn is like this, my second, and then you count till the number will end.
Let's talk about, before we get it, because this is very interesting. I'm pretty sure, guys, the conversation is very heated up on Twitter. Hashtag TNL with Dr. Ofweneke. Yeah, just you ask any question. I will ask him, Mheshimiwa. Let's, before we get into that, let's go back to what actually happened yesterday. The President Uhuru Kenyatta, the President of the Republic of Kenya, did a State of the Nation.
Yeah.
And it's, some people were let go. Some people were brought into the government. The likes of Honorable Mutai Kagwe was brought in as Honorable Kinjuri left the group. How do you feel about it?
I've been a minister.
Yes.
You only serve at the pleasure of the president. When he feels you should serve, then you serve. When he feels you don't, he doesn't need you, then he disposes you. It is normal. And you must appreciate when he has given you that chance to serve the government. And you must serve him the government diligently, unlike what Kiunjuru was doing. How do you just tell us that 200 lorries brought maize and they were floated the same day, and the same day this person was paid millions? And when you find out who is this person, then you wonder. There are things that have been happening that were quite bad. Agriculture, you know, agriculture is supposed to be the backbone of this country.
Clearly.
Look the way milk industry had collapsed.
Clearly.
We are talking of sugar industry had collapsed. And I want to tell you now.
And is there hope?
There is hope.
For sugar, actually.
That's why we are for BBI. Because the issues of some of our industries.
Because the only sweet thing in this country right now is the only sugar mummies and sugar daddies.
Yes. No.
There's no other sugar.
Yes, because the rest of sugar we import. But the sugar mummies and the sugar are available.
At least nobody has to import sugar mummies and daddies. They're already here. Homemade.
Yeah. So some of these things, that's those are the things we are going to deal with in Kakamega on Saturday. Yes.
But now Ogam Salia, the leader for ANC, Amani,
yes.
and Ogawe Tangula, they have said that they cannot do their rallies because of security issues. Is it because BBI is in Kakamega?
No, Mumias and Kakamega are distantly far apart. But in Mumias, there were other people who had also applied
to do their
rallies there, their meetings there. And this was had also applied. So it's not BBI. BBI is in Kakamega. And let me tell you, look at those people who are telling us, we are talking about BBI. If I were Musali, I would help my people now, because the issues of BBI are now, the issues of industry collapse and warriors are in BBI. And we have only one day, which will be on 18th. Now he's telling us we go to Mumias. Is that leader helping us? And if you look at the lineup of those people who are telling us, Musalia was participated in the corruption to kill Mumias. This man is the owner of First Assurance Insurance Company, which was paid year 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 380 million.
There is a lot going on.
Yes.
Problem, I don't know.
And then Wetangula is the man who sold Mumia's land in Busia.
But you know, Wetangula is a special case.
Yes.
There's so much going on. Yes. Karen police station, you know. Yeah, let's leave it.
Then look at Washiali. This is the man who collapsed Moko. And this is the man who, when Uhuru sent the 1 billion Kenya shillings to revive Mumias, and they employed a Muzungu there, this one man who was sent by the person he knows to go and take some money for campaigns.
Let's hold it.
Yes, and the Muzungu ran out of the country that is being threatened to die. And he refused to give out the money. And then he ran out of the country.
As we go on a break, let's talk about your aspirations. Are you going for gubernatorial? Are you going for senatorship? Are you still maintaining that parliamentary seat? What's your plan? Because I know you're a man with ambitions.
I'm a man with ambitions.
And I like that.
But I don't want to disclose now.
We are friends.
No, we are friends, yes.
But I want, okay, but can you whisper? Can you switch off the microphone?
People will decide.
People will decide?
Will decide at that time which position I should go. Yes.
But you know you're a dangerous man. You know you harassed one of us.
Who is that?
From my home country. We have still not forgiven you. We have not forgiven you. Raphael, what did we do wrong? I'm asking on behalf of Nigeria. Chinedu, why did you? Chinedu, why did you?
I never harassed him.
Chinedu has been crying. Chinedu cried on air with those glasses that look like windscreens. You know, Chinedu's glasses had wipers. But that was a tough time. Was it tough for you at that time? When you were all over media, you and Madam Akinyi?
No, don't worry about that. You know, as a man,
yes,
when I come to seduce a woman, I'll not ask, are you married or not? It's the woman to say I'm married or I'm not. It's not my work to find out whether you are married or not. How? As a man would...
You should ask me, because...
How do I start like that?
So you knock and enter. If you find a voice...
You are beautiful. She will respond.
Yes. So she responded?
Yes. So where do
Your
I
tongue must be dangerous.
Mate. And you know, some people are crazy. Eh? You have a wife, you underlook at her, and then you run away from her. But when she gets a better man than you, now you start fighting.
You start crying.
That's what happens with most men.
That's what they do.
Yes.
You're dangerous.
So that's what happens.
We are welcoming you officially to the men's conference.
No
You are the
problem.
invited guest.
No problem.
On the 14th of
Because I'm a man.
You're
I'm
a man.
Yes.
A strong man.
Yes.
Handling 2 lionesses.
No, not true. Possibly more than that.
Hey.
Even you handle more than that. Maybe you are handling more than that. But most men live in a lie, you know. Most
But
men
me, I
live
only
in a
have
lie.
one, and
You are
I'm okay.
cheating.
Where?
You
No,
are
I'm not cheating like cheating. Look at this. Tell me.
All these men, you just right now, let's go to...
Even Obama. You want to say even Obama himself?
You didn't hear he has another son somewhere. Even Obama himself was from a third wife. The Obama you are talking about was from a third wife.
I will ask him. I will ask him. Ladies and gentlemen, here now with Dr. Ofweneke, hanging out with the one and amazing Honorable Raphael Wanjala. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Do you know how many wives does Trump had? Has he had?
How many?
Don't worry. Check. Google. Did you see the number of those children?
We're endangered now. Wow.
Who am I? I'm just a servant of this station. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after a short break. TNL with Dr. Ofweneke. Yeah, look at the way wives are looking at their husbands weirdly in the house.
I wanted to ask him if us we are allowed.
You are not allowed even in the Bible. No woman married 2 wives, 2 men, 2 husbands.
But now times are
Are we ready
changing.
for the break?
Change the Bible.
Times are
No,
changing.
change the Bible. It isn't in the Bible. You don't add, you don't remove.
So women, you can only be married to 1 man.
Yes.
But I can divorce one and go to the other. Is it okay?
In the Bible, you are not even supposed to divorce. You know, that's where the church has cheated people, eh? Especially Catholic brought this doctrine. You know, weddings were traditional. That's why people are marrying many wives. But when the Pope came in and brought the doctrine of Catholic, these other churches copied. Now they want to do wedding in churches. And once you have wedded, you know we have laws in churches, then you don't try. But if you wed traditionally like Raphael Wanjala, then you are allowed. So men must be very careful. I warned them. Wow. They will go to jail.
Well, for all the men, we'll be telling you when our men's conference on the 14th will be, but just be sure that Oga Raphael Wanjala will be there sharing us the tips on how to handle a polygamous marriage. Ogasa, you are a respected man. Spear of the hero? Warrior of the spear?
No, me, I have only 2. There are men who have so many.
Wait,
I've told you who was our president is from a 4th family.
We'll be back after a short break. This is TNL with Dr. Ofweneke.